Islamophobia is a form of racism that is systematic and institutional. It is something that needs to be addressed. The silencing of Muslim voices is a problem. Labeling them as terrorists is discrimination. Let's start with countries with the highest crime rate in the world. Venezuela, Papua New Guinea, South Africa, Afghanistan, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, El Salvador, Brazil, Jamaica. Now we must talk about top countries where murder ratio is higher than the rest of the world. Honduras, Venezuela, Belize, El Salvador, Guatemala, South Africa, St. Kitts and Nevis, Bahamas, Jamaica. Do you know who are top notorious violent gangs or organizations in the world? If not, let me tell you. La Cosa Nostra. They are from Sicily, Italy. La Cosa Nostra is one of the most notorious gangs in the world, with a membership of over 10,000 criminals. They are responsible for a vast area of crimes, including murder, drug trafficking, and extortion. Latin Kings. The founder is Raymond Santos. Their territories are United States, Canada, Ecuador, Italy, and Spain. Latin Kings are known for their violence and criminal activities, and members often engage in drug trafficking, assault, and murder. Washing. Being one of the most notorious gangs in the world, their crimes include armed robbery, murder, and drug trafficking. In addition, members are known for their violent behavior and extreme loyalty to the gang. Aryan Brotherhood. A gang whose terrorism even felt among the criminals. The Aryan Brotherhood is mostly a prison gang, and this is why they stay concealed to the outside world. They are people filled with absolute hatred and are known for giving people the most painful deaths. Since 1964, they have earned the distinguishable title of the most violent extremist group in the U.S. by the Anti-Defamation League. Bloods and Crisps. Two African-American street gangs, Bloods and Crisps, where one is rarely mentioned without the other. There is too much to cover about these two deadly gangs who control Los Angeles and California. In an attempt to overpower Crisps, the Bloods became increasingly violent. Today, both these gangs are equally feared in the States. Wait, what about top drug smugglers in the world? Pablo Escobar, Colombian. Amado Carrillo, Mexican. Carlos Ladder, German. Griselda Blanco, Colombian. Jacqueline Guzman, Mexican. Rafael Caro, Mexican. After all that I've told you guys from start of this video to this point, I have a question from all the top leaders in the world. Why are Muslims being feared and labeled as terrorists or notorious? We argue that reports that explicitly associate Islam with terrorism cause fear among non-Muslim individuals. According to research, news about Islamic terrorism can seriously affect citizens' fear reactions and affect Islamic perceptions by non-Muslims.
In particular, AJC and ADL are responsible for mainstreaming and giving a respectability stage for Islamophobia.
From 2015 to 2016, number of anti-Islamic hatred groups in the United States increased by 197%. Anti-Islamic hate crimes increased by 67%. From January to July 2017, there were 63 attacks on the mosques. In June 2017, 17-year-old girl Nabla Hassanan, Virginia girl, was returning to her community after attending mosque with her friends, and she was attacked and killed. 2 men on a commuter train in Portland were stabbed and killed while protecting 2 women who were being harassed in Islamic dress. Unfortunately, the list can last much longer. Since 9/11, Muslims have been unfairly targeted and marginalized. Many Muslims in the West have grown up feeling scrutinized, shamed, and bullied because of their faith. Please counter me if this is not the case, but Muslims are facing challenges from both groups that hijack their faith, ISIL, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, or whatever, as well as prejudice against Islam from many. According to the Cost of War Project, the war killed approximately 176,000 people in Afghanistan, out of which 46,319 were civilians. All of these civilians were collateral damage, or should we say, United States and allies are also a terrorist group. According to Iraq Body Count Project, from March 2003 to April 2019, civilian deaths from violence were 2,600. All those civilian deaths were collateral damage, or should we label United States of America and allies as terrorists? Extremism is a state of mind irrespective of race and belief. Billions of humans seek medical assistance for their psychological issues each year. Some families are sick of their aggressive behavior, which includes shouting, breaking things, using abusive language, and getting physical in tiny quarrels. Does that mean that all of them are Muslims or all of them are terrorists? Each one of us has a secret, dark monster inside that Karl Marx talked about, and perhaps we have never seen it coming. Just ask your neighbor to trigger it and watch it yourself. Let's get back to the list of world notorious criminals and tell me how many of them were Muslims. Were the top countries with highest homicide rates Muslims? No, they're not. No matter what religion you follow, every child is taught ethics from the first social interactions he has, be it with his mother or a school. Some practices are predefined and we take these as customs. If we negate those, we become outlaw. Look at the recent rise in gun violence crimes of United States or the hate speech against many ethnic groups. What counts as being a human? At least not having 2 legs to walk and a tongue to talk, rather how to keep the people around you safe from being hurt by what you have got in your hands and between your lips. It applies everywhere, whether you are living in a secular or a state governed by religion. Some practices are not acceptable, such as rape, suicide, torture, extortion, murder, human trafficking, or inflicting pain upon those who cannot fight back. As the Muslims, do they take all those practices as a custom?